Chichen Itza. Your resort is close to Cancun. So we drive to the west coast to get here. This is the Yucatan state. The Yucatan Peninsula is composed by 3 states of Mexico: Quintana Roo, Yucatan, and Campeche. The Mayan culture starts on Guatemala. Then they start to spread for all the north, west, and east of this area. Questions? No? The Quetzal bird. So how is look this bird when it's flying? Well, it's look like this. For some people looks like a dragon, but the Mayans, they don't have knowledge or information about dragons, only birds and snakes. So they relate this kind of bird with his principal god, Itzana, who take the form of these 2 animals, a snake and a bird, the feather god of the Mayan culture. That's the reason, because we call it this temple the temple of Kukulkan, the temple of the feather god. Let's go to this. Well, but why this temple is one of the 7 wonders of the world? Because this temple, check this. This kind of sound is the same sound like the bird, like the cuckoo made. Okay, so it's really impressive. After all these years, continue happen this kind of echo. Okay, the sound travels to the chamber, and on the top of the chamber there is like a system of pipes. That's the reason, because they're bound in this way. Okay, like the sound upward. This is one of the characteristics make possible this one of the 7 wonders of the world. Elephants here. Okay. How is possible the Mayans use the mask or the carving with a large nose? Well, it's only a representation of the nose pointing to the sky, because they call the rain in that way with that mask. Here you will see a lot of the mask of the god of the rain. In Maya, Chak. We can see right there in the other temple too. Okay, this way.
Şöyle yapıyorsun.
That is because in one date happened something really cool with this one. Every March 21st, every March 21st happened something really cool. The Mayans was really expert in astronomy. Okay, they track all the movements of the constellations, the sun, the moon, and the stars. And they track in specific places, in specific dates, how probably look all these equinoxes. In the case of Chichen Itza, look like this way. The sun reflects the shadows of the big platform at the side of the stairs. It appears like the body of a snake, and at the bottom you can see the snake head right there. Yeah. So this meaning of the snake is when his god Itzana visited the Mayan culture in a human form, and the human form that he took was Kukulkan, and that's the reason, because they represent Itzana with this snake. 18 months, okay, 20 days each month. So in total, 360. But what happened with the other 5 days to complete the year? The Mayans only add another month with 5 days to complete all the year. So if we count every step of the stairs, we have 91. 91 in each side of the temple. In total, 364 steps. The last step is on the chamber, so 365 steps, each step from each day. And the big platforms in each side, you have 9 on the right, 9 on the left. In total, 18. Each big platform for each month of the Mayan calendar.
Oh, wow.
And they explore the jungle with these scanners. So that helps to discover what is in the middle of the jungle. So they discover with that kind of technology here in Chichen Itza, inside of this one, there is another smaller temple. Okay, and on the chamber of the main chamber of the smaller temple, the researchers discovered this. Okay, an altar of a jaguar. The red color is original, and the eyes and the chin, they are made with green jade. So only the archaeologists, they can go inside of this one. They continue exploring in that one.
So they rebuilt the building then, or they made it some bigger one.
They make a bigger one with this one. Okay.
Then this place is very important, I think, because
Yes.
they are doing a second temple just on top of the other temple.
Yeah.
So can we do this voice technology with the today's technology? Can we do it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, we can do it.
Yes.
So you
yes.
told me that there are some
Pipes.
pipes
Inside, yes,
inside.
in the main temple.
Made by
They were
what?
made- Yes,
Made by-
with limestone.
limestone.
Different, well, the limestone and with cement. The Mayans work with cement to create all these temples. No, it was like the Egyptians. They used only rocks. They put together rock with rock. In this area of the Mayan culture, they put rock, cement, and rock on it and over.
So do you have a picture of this pipe? Just
No, because well, as you see, no anymore you can climb this one. They closed this in 1980 because the people, when they go to the top of the chamber, they start carving on the walls. The planet Venus. Okay. Well, now in a few minutes I will show you other carvings around because now it's missing one rock. But this is the only platform is in front of the main temple of Chichen Itza, in front of the stairs. Also, the Mayans, they relate Kukulkan with the planet Venus. They believe they are the same person or the same thing. And right here you can see some carvings on the wall. Could you see the human face at the middle of the jaguar?
yes.
And feathers all around him and the large tongue of the snake. One more time, is the same thing that in the other temple. A human person, but with these three characteristics of the animals. Okay. And also there is another carving above this one, the body of a snake, and the snake head. Well, it's missing now, but it's right here. Temple of Chichen Itza. The name of this temple is the Temple of the Warriors or the Temple of the Thousand Columns. As you see, there are too many columns on the right, but even continue in the back part of this temple too. But if you look careful, you can see only square columns on this platform and the rest in circular form. The reason because we call it the Temple of the Warriors is because each column represents one warrior in the Maya army, except for the squares. The square columns represent the generals in the Maya army. Probably you see some carvings on the square columns. You see the carvings?
Yes.
Well, the carvings, every carving is every person of the Mayan army. Used to be also a roof on all this, but with the pass of the years, the roof collapsed. And the other thing that we can see is the same mask of the large nose on the corner. Is the, one more time, the god of the rain, Chak. But the other thing, in the middle of the wall, you can see like a human face on the top.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that human face appears at the middle of the jaguar. Okay. And carvings of feathers on the wall. So that's the way that the Mayans represent when Ipsanat took the human form of Kukulkan, a human coming from the jaw of the jaguar, but with feathers and with the large tongue of the snake. Please, you need to look really careful. Between the two columns on the wall, there is only a perfect square in the middle. Could you see the perfect
Yes.
square? Well, in that square, there is a special carving. It's a little difficult to see it. That's the reason because I bring my picture. But what do you see right here?
A man hat here.
It's a man head using a beard with feathers all around.
Yes.
Well, you need to know in the Mayan culture and different Mexican cultures, they never use facial hairs.
Yeah.
So how is possible the Mayans carving in one of his temples a person who used a beard? Well, it's because the Mayas, they relate a Kukulkan, his god, descending from the heaven, coming with a white skin, using a beard. So that's the reason because they relate Kukulkan or this person with this.
Very interesting.
This is the bull court, and this is the most biggest in all Mesoamerica. Okay, this is like the Olympics in the Mayan culture. When we visit Cobat today, you will see a different kind of ball courts. They are more smaller than this one. So, but how playing the Mayans this game? Well, there are two teams, 6 players in each team, plus the captain. But the captain playing on the platforms, one captain in each side. So they only need to pass a ball into that hoops. You see the hoops? Okay. But they only use elbows, hips, and knees. No hands, no feet. And the ball was really heavy, 2 or 3 pounds.
Made by what?
Rubber, from the rubber tree. So that means the ball was bouncy. Even with that, it's really difficult to pass a ball into that hoops, only using the hips, elbows, and knees.
Yeah.
But yeah,
The match finish when?
when they
After first score?
at the first score, after the first score, finish the game. Sometimes they use this game only for entertainment. The people used to see the game or watch the game on the big platform on each side. But other time they use this kind of play, or this game, sorry, for ritual and ceremonies. But also you can see the spike in the middle of the skulls.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a place that the Mayans put all these spikes above this temple with all the skulls.
With honey?
With honey. To let the bugs eat all the flesh and let only the skulls. So this temple is all around with skulls, carving all around. Except with the others that we saw before about the eagle and the person holding the head. The name of this temple is Zompantli. This kind of architecture coming from other Mexican culture. The Mayans, they had relations with other culture in Mexico. The Toltecs used to live in the middle of Mexico. So they have relations, commercial relations and knowledge relations too. So the Toltecs brings to the Mayans in specific this way of this temple. Here, can you see the eagle in the middle?
Yeah.
But he's holding something in his clock.
Like egg.
Like egg, you say egg. Well, this is the most terrifying part in the Mayan culture. Because the Mayans doing human sacrifice.
Is it a heart?
That's a heart. That's right. That's the most common way that the Mayans sacrifice people, in this way. They put the victim on an altar, open his chest, taking the heart still beating, and offer to the gods. Okay? The high priest, he believed in this because they need to give to the gods a broken heart in a literally way. So, but this is only one way that the Mayans sacrifice people, because in these carvings we can see the other way that the Mayans used to do the other kind of sacrifice. Right here in the middle of the two eagles, would you see a person?
Yes.
Well, he's holding in his left hand arrows,
Yes.
but also he's holding a human head.
Yes.
Okay, this is the other way that the Mayans sacrifice people. chop the head of the people, and after doing this, the Mayans put the head into a spear or a spike.
Uh-huh.
They put honey on the head,
Uh-huh.
and all the bugs eat the flesh. Only leg the skull. Okay.
How about on the right hand?
This in the right also there are it's like different kind of Maya artifact that they used to put the head. And one more time you can see snakes right there. Okay, and the snake right here. And in this well guys, this was Chichen Itza. Do you like it?
Perfectly.
Yes?
Of course.